cochon!
Constable, can't you hold this woman still?
You stupid man! Why do you do this? Why should you think I killed that man?
Just calm yourself a bit, miss, and I'll tell you. You see, I never thought George had the murdering look about him. I always thought you had. And then there was the murder weapon. Anything to say about that?
No.
No. Because after we'd had our little chat, the very next day you took a trip to the country and dropped a pistol into a pond. And my man, who'd been following you since the night before, got very wet fishing it out. So there we are, miss. All over by the springing of the trap.
You! I wish I could send you straight to hell!
I'm sure you do, my dear.
Unpleasant, distasteful, coarse fellow.
What is it, my dear?
Don't much care for that fellow Bucket. Questioning you. As if you were a common criminal.
I suppose he has his work to do.
I don't care for the way he goes about it. Making free with one's house. Making a show of everything, like a conjurer at a music hall. Don't care for the man.
Well, it's over now. No harm done.
You take it very well, my dear. What was it that you were going to see Tulkinghorn about that night?
Do you know, I cannot remember. I suppose it must have seemed important at the time. But I really cannot recall it now.
Poor Tulkinghorn. What an end. To be shot through the heart by a domestic servant. Doesn't bear thinking about.
Lady Dedlock? This is an unexpected pleasure, my lady. Take your seat, why don't you?
Can I rely on your discretion?
I think so, Lady Dedlock. What am I required to be discreet about?
I told you that I was going to see Mr. Tulkinghorn on the night of his death.
You did?
Will I be called as a witness at the trial of Hortense Chapulet?
It's possible, my lady.
I should be grateful. Very grateful. If my name could be kept out of the case.
Yes, I dare say, my lady.
I do not ask this for my own sake.
Is that a fact?
My husband
Celeste Dedlock, Baronet.
is not in good health. If the family name were dragged into the public prints, the shock might be too great for him.
Things might come out that were better kept quiet. Things that are nothing to do with the case?
That is possible.
I agree with you. The evidence against Mademoiselle Chapulet is solid as a rock. She's confessed to it. She's proud of it. All because he said he'd help her to a position and then changed his mind. Bang. We don't want to confuse the jury, do we?
No, Inspector.
Whatever Mr. Tulkinghorn may have known or not known, he's taking it with him to the grave.
She left this for you.
You know my secret now. And of course, our life together is over. I will encumber you no more. I hope you will be able to forget the unworthy woman on whom you have wasted a most generous devotion, and who writes this last adieu. I was hoping to see Esther Summerson. I went to Bleak House, but it was all shut up. I was hoping you could tell me where I might find her.
I think they're all in London, my lady. But I don't know where. London. Won't you stay a while and rest? Come and sit by the fire.
No, thank you. You're very kind, but I must go on.
At least wait until your clothes are dried out.
BAFTA for that as well, and a Golden Globe. It was like Gillian Anderson's back at the Emmys. Wow, and who?
That's weird because I remember being there, and I can't remember whether that was the time that I weighed about 600 pounds.
Yeah, you were pregnant. Yeah.
Wasn't.
Yeah.
I saw pictures of myself in that black.
Yep.
Look at Mew Mew in person. It actually had some form to it, but I think it was. And I've seen pictures and I don't even look like myself. So I'm actually kind of glad that I didn't win and have to go up on the stage, and because that would have been horrifying. But I've been looking back at that. But anyway, I remember thinking, I don't think anybody here has seen Bleak House. I remember when they were saying, when they were announcing it in the room, I thought, I can't tell, and I don't think anybody really knows what this is. And I should have just stayed home in London in my fat suit.
Yeah. Well, I think personally that was the highlight of your career, and
the moment that we started working on it, there was just something about it. It was a very blessed production, and you could tell that everything was really of high quality and everybody was working really, really hard.
Did anyone have any doubts about effectively making it almost like a soap opera in half-hour bite-sized chunks?
I think the media had more doubts than the people that were actually working on it, because they had a vision about it and they believed very strongly in what they were doing, and fortunately they were right.
And do you think we see more Dickens now done the same way?
No. You want to be a one-off. What are you talking about?
Gillian Anderson, and also up
Well, to paraphrase the critics, you're half good. You really look good in it. It looks fantastic. You must be really happy with it.
I think so. I've seen 3 episodes, and it's really hard to watch oneself on film, I find, and I get very judgmental, and so there's certain scenes that I like and there's certain scenes that I don't like, and I'm very interested to see where it progresses to, because I think I think it just gets better and better as it goes on. So.
Well, I
can't wait.
Oh God, his name escapes me, but the guy who's adapted it,
Andrew Davis,
is brilliant. I mean, his previous
brilliant.
adaptations have just been absolutely wonderful.
And he's actually a very good actor. He loves to read during the read-through. He loves to take up the characters that aren't able to be present. He does different voices.
So it starts this week, doesn't it? Or
it does, on Thursday.
On Thursday, with an hour-long special.
With an hour-long special.
The courage to speak the words.
When I was offered Bleak House, it was after I'd finished filming The X-Files. And so I'd done 9 years, and I'd moved to London first to do a play immediately after the series ended, and stayed. And while I was living here, I got the offer of Bleak House completely out of the blue. And I was really shocked because there were so many things that I felt that I could do as an actor and that I wanted the opportunity to do. But at that juncture, after playing, you know, pretty much a singular character for almost a decade, I couldn't necessarily trust that anybody else thought that I could do anything but a Dana Scully. I remember sitting in front of them and saying, you know, what makes you think that I can do this? Like, what? I knew that I could, but I was shocked that other people thought that I could. There's something about working on work that is masterful text that allows an actor, I think, to fall into it, to just relax and know that if you're in it and if you've done the work and you've done the research and you know, that it will catch you and it will lead you. And so I knew that. I trusted it. I trusted the production. I trusted the director. I really started to, it was the first time that I would sit on a set and work through dialogue in situ, which, you know, I was so used to just, you know, memorizing whenever I could lines at the end of doing a 17-hour day and, you know, being so exhausted doing the series that I was basically just, you know, showing up to say my lines. And this was different, and it felt like I was honing my craft in a different way. And there was space and time and respect and expectation that I would and that I could.
I never knew you lived. They told me you had died only hours after you were born.